Hello, Internet! This is Z Schrodinger's cat, and welcome to another episode of Finish the Base. Last time we made this tree thing, which I like. I like this tree thing, and I like this design thing. The more it's been, I was questionable at first, but the more it's been around, the more I've grown to like it. There's a few problems, but that's okay. In between episodes, I came around and I put some grass near, or fake grass rather, obviously. I put some grass near the base of the tree, and I think that helps blend it in a lot. And I also put it down here. There's still a lot of places that need detailing, like right here, there's a lot of nothing, but that'll come eventually. I also brought the clay up, blended it in around here, and I have the little things that I used over here. I made some more stuff. I did just a bunch of stuff, basically. You can see some in the other corner. Yeah, these are the things I spread around the tree. And, let's see, what else did I do for this thing over here? I think that's everything I did for over here. The other stuff I did was over yonder. I worked more on, I did some interior stuff, actually. Finally got motivation to do some interior stuff. Not a lot of interior stuff, but just one room, you know, that works. So I got this kind of library situation. These things I had already made, those were up on the thing. I made these, like, this table thing, or it's not a table, it's a counter, and then there's some cabinets and bookcases, obviously, and you might have seen up on the purple and cyan thing that I basically I made 3 different kinds of books, and then I just scattered them around, and that was pretty effective for creating a realistic looking bookshelf. Only 3 kinds of books, 3 colors, because that's the colors that are in our color scheme. The cyan, the red, or the light blue, the red, and the yellow. And I think that's fine. You know, it's definitely, I mean, you wouldn't look and see this color pattern in a real bookcase, but as far as aesthetics goes, it works a lot better. You know, we have that separation from reality and all that stuff. So that's what I did over there, and then over here I was working on this roof. Brought this up, the similar design as we have. Hold on. Over here! There, oh, I found a problem. Guys! I found a problem. Oh no. I gotta manage this problem now. What a problem managed. But the, lag spike. The biggest thing that I did, oh, the screen has gone white. Okay. Alright, we're off to a good start. Off to the races, folks. This is, there we go. The big thing I did was this helicopter pad, which I am quite happy with. I got this H in the middle for the helicopter. I mean, a space research base is not necessarily gonna have the helicopters the same that we have, but it looks good, and it lets you know what it is, so good enough, close enough. And I got these kind of glass overhangs with these designs that I've been doing. I've been thinking about some of the lore for this place, and I got these things right here and this underbelly like that. This obviously unfinished. I was thinking some more about the lore and why, you know, we have all these really fancy patterns and decorations and stuff that if you were building a scientific or an outpost on an alien planet, you wouldn't necessarily. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that it would be this detailed and, like, fancy. And my thought process about that was mostly as an excuse for me to continue making fancy patterns. Was that this society, this civilization that built this base was very ostentatious, very, like, proud, and wanted to show off its wealth. You know, it wants to build this station and send home videos and like, they're very proud. And in doing so, they kind of self-destructed. And that's what sort of left this base stranded away from its homeworld. I don't have a lot of that particular detail built in yet, but I am trying to. I do have a little bit over here with, like, the muddy murkiness that's over here, but I want to build in more of that sense that they've been abandoned, and they've been abandoned because the empire that sort of built this thing was so obsessed with wealth and making things look just ostentatious, and that it kind of collapsed on itself and left this base stranded. So that's sort of my thinking for that. But, yeah, the next thing that I want to do... Oh, right, I haven't talked about this yet, which isn't really anything more than what you can see here. It's a lattice, it's a thing, it's not done. I'm bringing down poles like this here and filling them with this color. And then this back wall needs details too, but that's okay, I can do that later. And I'm trying to figure out a way to merge this in because it was not exceptionally well planned out, I'll be honest. But I want to have a tall structure here where this connects to. There's going to be a big door here, and that's going to come back up around here to continue the sort of layered balcony city type thing that we got going on here. And let's see. The next thing, I guess I'm going to clean up this area a little bit. Because this is a little bit unfinished. Yeah, I just kind of got carried away with building this. Still needs... I started recording in a weird spot, but that's okay. I was thinking more about lore, and I'm thinking we have this narrative of a base that's trying to survive despite hostile environments, but we also have these exposed platforms. We have a lot of them. We have this one, we have that roof, which is full of things from the past. We have there, we have that, we have over here, and all this crap. So my thought is, if we're going to have it be hostile, that instead of having it be primarily climate-based, which would make platforms like these not make any sense, that it will be like there's just like a lot of hostile life around here, and so I want to start adding some of that hostile life. I want to add some creatures, some alien creatures around here. So I want to get I want to start with like a big worm type thing. I made a big red poo. Now I gotta take it down a scale. Half or fourth, I don't know. And now it's a big red poo at 4th block scale. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. So I gotta find probably a darker block, I don't know, somewhere in here to add details and depth and stuff. It is starting to look less like a poo, which is good. I added more colors in, obviously. Got a gradient going on, like an underbelly. I imagine the underbelly would be lighter and the top of it would be darker from, pigmentation for the sun or whatever. I don't know. It's worm science. I'm not a worm doctor, but the thing I need to do right now is give this thing a face, so it's not just a giant noodle. And, let's see. I don't know exactly how I want to do this. I'm thinking eye stalks. Thinking a bit of eye stalk action. Maybe. Let's see. Let's make a shape. When in doubt, just make a shape. As soon as you make a shape, it'll be okay. Or you'll get rid of it, and you'll be back to making a shape. Just cycle and repeat. Trial and error, like monkeys on a typewriter. That's it'll do. I think that's the distance I want the eyes to be. So even if it's not the exact shape, then it will be okay. It'll all be okay, folks. It's gonna be okay. And then I gotta make a shape for the back of it, I guess. Or maybe I should do the eye first. I don't know. What should I do for the eye? Dimension. Do I want to do this? It's going to be very white. It might be too much contrast. But it's also very clear and will kind of watery, so that will also be a plus to it. Even if it's... Let's see, is that too much contrast? No, I don't think that's too much contrast at all. I think that's perfectly fine. So, is that a decent size? I'm obviously going to detail this down and make it look less weird and squarey. But, for now, as far as size goes, it should be okay. And then I'm gonna bring this back up here and give it like a backing, like it's in a socket, of course, as eyes are. Again, not a worm doctor, an alien worm doctor, but I'm pretty sure I'm going off the base, going off the rails as far as naturally occurring phenomena in worm-like beings. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just rambling mostly. Okay, how does that look like? That looks okay. Let me get that down to a lower scale. Eyes complete. Whoa, mouse twitch, hand twitch. I have the actual eye down to 16th bit scale and the stalk down to 8th bit scale, and I think that's okay. I think it works. I have the clay, but a slightly different chisel texture, which I think does help separate it. I don't think the difference in scale causes a problem because it's, I mean, there's a gradient of scale, it goes 16th, 8th, 4th, and this is a different kind of structure, a different kind of texture and material and stuff. But yeah, I did these eyes, I have it blending in with the white stained clay, and then I have these pupils, these sort of like snake-like pupils with the gold irises and all that. But now I need to deal with the mouth situation, so I've got myself some gray hardened clay, and I'm here, and I'm sort of like, what do? I don't know what to do. I want to do like a circle mouth, you know what I mean? Maybe not in that scale, but like, let me make a vague shape here. Like a circle mouth, and then there'll be teeth and stuff. It's a little weird because there's a bump here, but I guess I'll figure that out. I don't know. I want like a rim, kind of like a face butthole, a little bit like that, face butthole, which is kind of what worms are. They're just big, long, and they end in a butthole, which is their face, and they put food in it. Alright. This is something I'll need to work on. Well, that is... It's... something. It's not nothing. It exists. It's quite goofy. I'll admit. It is exceptionally goofy. I don't know what to do about the goofiness. Maybe blend it in a little bit? I don't know. Does that help? I don't know how to make this better. Well, first of all, can I just... Thank you. That works a lot better. And just kind of blend it in a little bit so it's not such a sudden stop. And that's not going to necessarily work down there, but I guess it's okay. It'll work. It'll be fine. I guess that's okay. I mean, it's not great. It's okay though. I think we'll keep it for now. I think it'll be okay. I think it will be a-okay. It will work. It serves its function. I want to add legs to this thing, like little stubby legs. I'm adding this white bubbly stuff to make it look like the worm is slimy and like leaving a trail of slime, or it's just like sitting here, sliming it up, and it kind of looks a little bit like jizz right now. So to try and mitigate that effect, I'm still in F1 because I was taking screenshots to show the good people my dirt worm, and then I want to try and add some little bits of blue to it, and I think that will help it not look so jizz adjacent. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it works, I think. I guess. It's not great. I'll be honest, it's not great. But, it looks okay. It's fine. We'll keep it. It's good. It's thumbs up. Nailed it, I guess. I was thinking, it's kind of odd that this thing would be here. So I'm wondering if I can, like, use some black stuff to make it look like this thing is in a net. Like I just dragged down a hash pattern of these things. That might take a long time. But you know what? I think it's worth it. Sometimes you just gotta put your all into it, I guess, and waste all your time doing something because it makes you happy in your happy places. It doesn't really look very good. What happens when I do it over here right next to it? I'll parallel like to make it look start to get that hash feel or net feel. And what if I cross like this? If I have some crossers. And down here as well, I'll make a hashtag derpworm. That's not great. That's not great. That's not good at all. I need some other... I want a way to, like, constrain it. That they would have constrained it. But I can't think of a good way to do that. I have an idea. I'm thinking I bring across this bar. This kind of... it's at an angle, but, you know, in real life, it would be straight across. Like an N. I don't know. But, I want to have it coming down. I certainly hope this is the right place to have it coming down so I don't have to. I do have to redo it. Oh, life is so difficult for me. Okay. Over here. And that should fit the pattern? No. It's right here. There we go. I don't even know if that pattern is important. But sometimes you just gotta make patterns and they'll come up useful. That's what I found. Like if you base your building around patterns, later it will have a higher chance of turning out that you can use patterns and stuff and be more efficient with your building of stuff. So yeah, I'm bringing this top thing across. I'm gonna have it be like where's water? I need water. And not the... Okay, this one's water. I don't know why it's at the end of the thing. Because it's a vanilla block. But whatever. Whatever, my man. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Like, this? Maybe? Kind of? And it comes down and it's like bars. Like, cause we've established in the past, I don't know if I think I've talked about it in this series. I've definitely talked about it in the AoE series, but this water being a kind of, they use it for powering stuff. It's maybe like a gel, like a conductive gel of substances that they find on the planet. Or something like that, like, cause we got the doors, we got the doors over here that are the entry points, and we kind of established that this water shield here would only let through entities that were allowed to get in here. So I'm thinking, and we have these water panel things going every which way. I imagine it's some sort of gel or liquid source that maybe they refine it from that, and then they can use it for different purposes. So I'm thinking they'll use that here and have bars like this to hold down this worm thing that they would have constructed this thing to do. And there it is. Yeah, I just added some more details. I brought in some of the lighter basalt, and I brought these things up a little bit and brought the rest of it to 4th block scale. And I have these little base things on it, and I think that's looking pretty good. I also put, I put the glowstone lights in here, so now it lights up. It's glowy. I need to light this area up and that area up, but right now this is looking pretty good. I like the way that it shines on here and the way that the angles are with each other and give it some character and all that. I gave up on the jizz white because it just... no. And we changed it to molten resin, and I think that looks a lot better. The blue is quite nice. It kind of ties it in with the other colors, and I imagine that it would come from this sort of liquid here mixing with the slime of the worm will lead to this substance here. I think that's a good look. I added some little details in between where the earth was. Well, not earth, but you know what I mean. And the slime. And so I added this light gray clay to the ground. Like the stuff is kind of seeping into the sand and like and I have it kind of like coming up like it's crusting. That's a gross image, right? At least it's not white anymore, so that's a plus. I also have this clay around here to kind of bridge the gap between this color and this color. There's a little bit of a little gradation in the extent to which it is crusted onto the ground. Ooh. And I also put some spittle in the thing's mouth because I felt that was necessary for whatever reason. I think it looks better in a some respects. In others, maybe not so much. But it definitely makes it look more like a worm's mouth. I'll give it that. It is an improvement in that regard. The more I look at this derpy little face, the more I like it. It's kind of cute. I'll be honest. It's kind of adorable. I did a lot more stuff with terrain. A lot more stuff. It probably doesn't look like it because it's a relatively small area, but because of the scale, it took a long time. I expanded the yellow stuff all the way over here and over there and a little bit that way, and I expanded the 4th block scale of the ground out this way, the little area that wasn't covered over here, and I also took the clay and I brought it across the whole top of the hill and brought it down to 4th block scale, and I think that makes a good separation between the two areas, kind of like mini biomes, and the more detail we add to it, the more it'll look not so weird, because it kind of looks a little weird, but I think it looks better now. And so, did I do anything else? I don't think so. I don't think I did anything else than this. This took a long time. So I'm actually out of time for this video. It might be a little shorter than usual, but this took a long time. So next time we'll do something. I don't know. I'm gonna say good day to you, Internet, and thank you for watching.